Have you ever wondered how deep the roots of our beliefs can go? Can faith in possession and exorcism lead to life-altering decisions? In the intricate tapestry of human history, countless stories have been woven, illustrating the profound impact of beliefs on our lives. One such story is that of Anneliese Michel, a German woman whose life was dramatically altered by her and her family's belief in demonic possession and exorcism. Possession, as per religious dogma, refers to an individual's body being inhabited by an evil spirit or demon, while exorcism is the ritualistic process of driving out these malevolent forces. Anneliese's story stands as a stark example of the unseen power these beliefs can hold. Anneliese was a seemingly ordinary girl until one day her life took a drastic turn. At the tender age of 16, she experienced her first seizure, marking the onset of a series of events that would eventually lead to her untimely demise. Her story begins in a seemingly ordinary way with an unexpected seizure at the age of 16. Anneliese's first seizure marked the beginning of a downward spiral into an abyss of mental and physical torment. At the tender age of 16, she found herself wrestling with an unseen power that shook her to the core. Diagnosed with psychosis caused by temporal lobe epilepsy, Anneliese was thrust into a world of doctors, diagnoses, and despair. To compound her suffering, depression blanketed her like a heavy fog, further obscuring her path to recovery. Her parents, desperate for their daughter's well-being, sought help from a psychiatric hospital. But even within the sterile walls of this institution, Anneliese's condition continued to deteriorate. The prescribed medications, far from being her lifeline, seemed to be mere stopgap measures against the relentless tide of her symptoms. As Anneliese turned 20, she developed an intolerance to religious artifacts and began hearing voices, pushing her further into the clutches of despair. The descent had begun, and it was steeper than anyone could have anticipated. After 5 harrowing years of unsuccessful medical treatments, Anneliese and her family turned towards faith for a solution. Desperate, they became convinced that her torment was not of this world, that she was, in fact, possessed by a demon. The family sought solace and assistance from the Catholic Church, appealing for an exorcism, a drastic measure in the modern age. Initially, the Church rejected their plea, perhaps skeptical of the supernatural claim or hesitant due to the controversial nature of exorcism. However, the persistence of Anneliese and her family prevailed. In 1975, 2 priests, moved by the family's desperate plight, managed to secure permission from the local bishop to perform the ancient rite. This marked a significant turning point in Anneliese's life. Faith had taken the reins from science, and the spiritual battle for Anneliese's soul commenced. Thus began a series of exorcisms that would span over a year, while Anneliese's health continued to decline. Despite the ongoing exorcisms, Anneliese's condition spiraled out of control. She stopped eating, succumbing to malnutrition and dehydration. The young woman who once held so much promise was tragically lost. After enduring 67 exorcism sessions, her frail body could no longer bear the relentless torment. A cold shiver of shock swept through the community and beyond. The untimely death of Anneliese Michel was not just a family tragedy, it became a legal saga that shook the very foundations of faith in medicine. Her parents and the 2 priests who performed the exorcisms were charged with negligent homicide. The court's verdict sent ripples through society. 6 months in prison, later reduced to 3 years of probation and a monetary fine. Yet, it's not the end. Anneliese's story doesn't end with her death. It continues to spark debates and inspire movies, leaving us to ponder the depths of our beliefs. Anneliese's story has left a lasting impact, not just on her family and the Catholic Church but also on popular culture. The aftermath of her tragic death saw the German bishops revisiting the case years later, eventually retracting their initial claim of demonic possession. This withdrawal, while it did little to change the past, highlighted the Church's ongoing struggle to balance faith with the realities of mental health. Yet Anneliese's narrative didn't end there. Her life and the circumstances surrounding her death have resonated with audiences worldwide, inspiring several cinematic adaptations. Films like The Exorcism of Emily Rose and the award-winning Requiem have brought her story to the silver screen, contributing to the discourse on faith, mental health, and the extremes of human experience. Anneliese Michel's tragic tale is a stark reminder of the power of belief, the limits of faith, and the unending quest for understanding the human psyche.